Hello, my name is Elizabeth Tanner, and I'm going to be giving you some information following the TPACK standard of the Technological Pedagogical Knowledge, or TPK, using the website noredink.com. All you need is a device with the internet, and then you can use Internet Explorer, Chrome, Safari, whatever is your choice. I prefer Chrome, so I'm going to open Chrome. I'm going to type in noredink.com, and it brings you to this home page. Once you're here, you're going to either sign up for a new account if you've never been, or click login. I have used this before, so I'm going to go to login. Again, this is a free program that helps with grammar and syntax and anything for writing knowledge for students. I'm going to log in with Google. It's the easiest way so that you don't forget your username and password. And it's the easiest way for the students so that you have an email address to send them information, and everyone has the same username set up, because kids can decide what they want as their username, and that can always be bad when working with children, especially middle school children. So once you're logged in, you are on this page. So whenever you need to come back, you can click on the No Red Ink itself or the home button, and it brings you back here. The assignment, you can either assign work here or up on this tab. You can view your current assignments or view student data here or here. The first thing that my kids did was a diagnostic, so that's why it says that I can do this. I haven't started a unit because I've just been assigning practices as noticed by the diagnostic or pre-test. And then after a while, you can assign a post-test or a growth test to see how well your students have worked. When you're done, you can log out. If you want to change your settings, you can do here, or manage a class. You go to manage a class if you want to add kids. Kids can come to No Red Ink and sign up and use this code to come into this classroom, Great Key 63, or I can always copy an invite link and attach it to an email, or I could go to a Google Classroom and attach the link. And then the kids can just simply click on that link, takes them back, and they are ready to go. And then you just have to say, yes, they can do it. If you want more than one, you can add a class for each of them so that your students are better grouped. Otherwise, if you only have one class, it groups them by last name alphabetically. So like I said, I told the kids to use Google Classroom, and it gives me their first and last name. If they did not listen, then like I said, they can come up with any assignment they want or any name that they want, but this person, I have no idea who it is. This is a recent discovery, so we've only done the diagnostic and a few assignments depending on the students. You can click on the diagnostic, you can click on the student and then click on the assignment, and you can either view their answers so you know exactly what they missed, or you can do class performance and see how the entire class did. So looking at this, they don't know what each part of speech is called. We really are struggling with that. They have beginning skills in it, and then 3% are proficient. Going back, when you want to assign, you can go to assignments up here, and that lists all of your assignments that you have currently made. It gives you your due dates, what you are practicing. It lets you know if a kid is taking too long on a certain test or question. This kid is stuck, so I can always click on this kid and it will bring them up. Once they're done, you can click on this and it gives you that performance chart from before. You can edit, and that lets you change the name or the due date. You can share this. So again, if you want a direct link and add it to your Google Classroom, you can. And then more actions, not really needed, but you can play with that if you want. Student data, you can click on it and it gives you this information, which is just a quick way of seeing what their score is. So the diagnostic is did they do it without skipping? If they did, they got 100 points. If they skipped, then it becomes invalid, and zeros are that they haven't finished them. Or you can click here on the Mastery tab, and it will tell you, instead of their grade, what they need to be working on. So class average, you can see how there's not a lot of knowledge being done yet, but this kid is halfway done with choosing the appropriate conjunctions. So you can assign individual students grades based on this thread, or you can look at the majority and say like, oh yeah, kids need to learn that. Okay. When you click on the assignments that you have already assigned are here. If you want a new one, you can choose between diagnostic, practice, quiz, or writing. And then go to create new assignment if you want something new, and you can decide what you want it to be. Right now we haven't done a whole bunch, so it's still going to be practice. I'm just going to click on practice, and based on the information I know that my kids can't identify, so I could be adjectives and they would be able to work on that, or articles and work on that. Middle school kids know a lot, but they don't know what they know. It's an interesting paradox. But they have all sorts of things that you can do. So simple tenses, just say, hey, I want to do verb tense. And you can click on here and you have 12 different topics. And then once it's clicked, you can decide what you want. So you can say, I want them to identify verbs and only verbs. Or I want them to do past tense or future, all the tenses. Okay, these are locked because this is the free version and I have not paid for it. Let's say that I want to do my tenses and I don't want a part 2 or a part 3, so I'm going to say done. Before I hit done, you can only see how many topics the kids are doing for this assignment and how long it should take most of them, so 15 to 30 minutes. Maybe I'm like, I don't want to spend that much time, so I can go back and be like, this is just going to be a bell work, 5-10 minutes. Okay, hit done. You need to click which class you want. I only have the one, so it's going to do all 64 kids. If I had other classes, they would show up and I would have to click on each of them. I can say when I want it to start. It's always right away, but if I want to do a future date, I could do next Monday. You can pick what time. So let's change it to 8 in the morning. When is it due? Give them, oh, that's supposed to be a 12. Can't do something in the past. Give them 2 days to work on it. Maybe they're gone and it's due at that time. This is verb tense. So verb tense 1, since that's the first one. And then they are giving them 20 points. You can always change it by saying nope, or 0, or if you don't want to do it that way, you can always add something. Allow late submissions, that's up to you. If you want to allow your kids to work late, you can. If not, uncheck that. I always let kids turn in assignments late and then hit assign. It will save it, and then it's once again in your assignment list. And then you're like, oh, wait, we're not ready for that. You can always go to the edit button, and you can be like, oh, we're going to have to start that on a different date. And you can do it that way. The premium gives you different things, as you saw, the things that are locked. But for basic grammar practice, knowing your parts of speech, this is a really good tool. Back to that diagnostic and the mastery, it said that, hey, maybe I don't know what articles. You could just pick your assignment here. You could see which pathway you want to do it. So by grade level, if you teach different grades, ACT, stats, standards, again, if you want those, you have to pay for them. But I know that my kids don't know what they are called. So I could just do articles or adjectives, sorry, and then pick. So it's a really useful tool for kids to use and learn about grammar. The best thing, I can't show you with mine, well, yes I can. When you click on a student and you look at their answers, every student's answer is different based on their interests. So this kid said that he liked Black Panther, so he has questions over Black Panther. Said that he liked Will Smith, so he's answering things using Will Smith. So it's really nice that they are able to pick what their sentences are going to be about or what their articles are going to be about when they read articles. And so that helps with engagement. And it's a really nice tool that the kids like, and sometimes they're like, well, oh, that doesn't happen. Will Smith wouldn't do that. But then again, it's free, so you can't complain. If you have any questions for noredink.com, give me a shout and I will do my best to answer them. Thanks, and I hope you enjoyed this video.